testing their polar front theory. Theory recognize that polar front separately polar and tropical air masses and gives rise to cyclone disturbance that intensify and move along the front and process and through a somewhat predictable life cycle. Cyclone, basically, according to Bergeracs, from aloniform where polar and tropical air masses with constructing physical properties to see their cyclone eye and also their rain band and very strong and now their rain band is very now strong. And it is to be pointed out that their middle latitude are area of convergence and it is their like air masses such as cold polar air, warm tropical, subtropical air generally heat. And it may be noted that the polar front is not permanent air line. On chart polar front maybe soon as the more than on life and another characteristics also features of the polar front is the fact that the changing season basically jet stream will bring about the market north south at present now South China Sea highly affected the Taiwan uh, is most probably there are the 215 kilometer very strong typhoon Kongre is very dangerous typhoon towards move the Taiwan and in this situation uh, extremely extra tropical cycle basically they are according to wave theory from wave like twist or there are the wave that's formed of two types stable waves and the stable waves form dissipate without any visible effect on the weather and sometimes their speed 250 to 30 kilometer per hour and present now the effect on Taiwan approx 150 kilometer plus and their life cycle basically initiative stage and initiative stage there are the nature stage very important they are initiatives in the initiative stage the polar and tropical air basically currents on opposite side of the polar front blue parallel to the isobar and the front and in the cold air mass to the north of the polar front the flow air is a form of east to west. So therefore, the wave disturbance and is produced. The front is uh, stationary and their perfect equilibrium, and the weight of cold air mass lies under the warm air, and there is complete absence of wind shift. Also, the weather is fine. However, along the faulting surface, this continuity where the opposite current meets, there is sudden change in the direction of winds. And number two, there are second stage wave has formed on the front cold air is turned in a southerly direction and this cyclone move northwest towards the Taiwan and this result these are the readjustment in the present field as result of which this isobar become almost circular shape. Interesting, their cyclonic circulation initiative, there are the around the low center at the apex wave, whole cyclone vertex. You can see the cyclone vertex and you can see the cyclone eye of cyclone. There the Kangre typhoon, you know There are the Kongre Typhoon 200 per hours, Taiwan. So it is very dangerous situation. Geostopic basically the speed of the geostopic component of the wind, and it may the point out that the new depression developing at the and this situation, and their nature basically how now the cyclone is fully developed, though there are well marked and warm and cold sector, the idealized circulation of nature. There are the cyclone and the warm air and cold air. The interest strongly affected. And some theory also very interesting. There are the versions cyclone model sequence. Also another there are the wave theory. Basically, their uh, hydrodynamic stability is the another term used to refer in this type of overall stability of the atmosphere. Insofar as the formation of cyclone is concerned, and also according to their baroclinic theory, they are cyclone and anti-cyclone in the temperature also region from result of the baroclinic instability. The potential energy, in the zonal flow in converted into kinetic energy of the itself. So it may be point out that wind and temperature gradient uplift are the different from those at the surface. You also know that the meandering and jet stream. So there are rising air and currents and give rise to inflowing currents here. The adjoining region, Taiwan, and last 2 days after during this period. And to summarize that, the theory was developed through the use of mathematical techniques. According to their theory, and the north-south temperature gradient and make to middle latitude upper airflow unstable. And sometimes the airflow as a wavy flow and form there you see there canopy clouds. अब देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे आपका मैं दिखा रहा हूँ canopy clouds the upper level of atmosphere and their warm water warm air cold air. The cyclone model help in understanding that predicting the sequence of weather of the temperature latitude. So there are also importance regarding the cloud condition. The first, the sky is covered with cirrus cloud, and which gradually change and into the cirrostratus. You see, there are the cirrostratus and altostratus also finally, and cumulonimbus. There possibility the rainfall for cumulonimbus cloud. You see the red color the hues of cumulonimbus effect in the cyclone wall, and also rain band in the beginning, and also precipitation is light but become heavier in the storm and moves there at the northeast, also northwest, and basically in case cyclone pass the observe along the line, you see the change the weather and towards the Taiwan. And as the warm front approach along the line, the gradual increase in the temperature and fall in the air pressure and the relative humidity also registered a gradual increase. Wind began to change in direction from east to southwest. Also, there are the north to northwest towards. So it is a clear evidence that the center, the depression, and then there are the several cyclone, then the heavy severe supercyclonic storm at present now are situated in the Philippine Sea, there are the 300-kilometer approx area to the Philippines and Philippines. Very, very interesting. There are the eye of this topic. Typhoon. There are the typhoon congre basically are situated at present now Pacific Ocean. It is now Pacific Ocean, and you see these affected area. They are Taiwan. It will be most probably dangerous condition. The 200 and 250 kilometer after 1 days. It will be very very dangerous. And Taiwan, and there are. Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello. So when the cold front basically passes through the observer and along the line, and the air pressure start rising, and also at the position of the air pressure is very low, 9, 80, 82, 85, 88, and still now there are after 24 hours it fall, it will be at 80, and there are very low pressure, so that is cause their wind speed has highly increased. And there are cyclone basically clockwise and anti-clockwise. There are in this the tropical type of storm, anti-clockwise, anti-cyclone play mass less important role in the weather radar surface, and anti-cyclones and cyclonic. There are the traveling a long route. There are 3,000 and 5,000 kilometer. The long route, a long time disturbance, more rainfall. So it is very origin and structure. Anti-cyclones are the high pressure and system around their winds blows clockwise, and it is the anti-clockwise. So the different southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere, and sequence weather basically warm air and cold air supply the lower level, the cold air, and upper level warm air. So the cyclone model helps in the understanding and predicting the sequence of weather of temperature latitude, and also there are the different stage of cyclone important for student, uh, and the origin extratropical. Sometimes their polar front theory and is very important, and there are the origin of extra tropical cyclone basically with the publication, some the journals and some research also, and there a zone extending from the different place as the equatorial area, and also polar theory is very important for them. And life cycle basically the stage, initiative stage, and then there are the storm, cyclonic storm, severe cyclonic storm, very severe cyclonic storm, and extremely severe cyclonic storms on the anticipate and the situation of origin of depression, their mature stage and accumulation stage. So, according to polar theory, there are the polar front theory. As the cold polar air is deflected and equatorwards, and the warm tropical air polar and cyclonic forming wave is formed along the front. The wave thus formed is divided into two parts. The eastern part is the heavy wave, and we are advancing towards, and the east also overways, and the cold mass that are called the warm front, and the western portion of the discontinuity, and where is the cold polar air is replacing the warm air by the under running the warm lighter the tropical. So it is very interesting in the cyclone study, and there are the uh, there are you see in the cumulonimbus cloud, the left side and right side there are rain band in the overall surrounding area, जो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे साइक्लोन के आई बीच में घोड़ी के अपोजिट दिशा में घूमते हुए और उसमें ताइवान की तरफ आगे बढ़ रहा है, और ताइवान के ऊपर बहुत, जो कि लगभग 200 किलोमीटर को साइक्लोन आगे, लाइव टेलीकास्ट साइक्लोन टोंगरे जो कि फिलीपाइन सी पे उत्पन्न होने के बाद धीरे धीरे आपका ताइवान की ओर आगे बढ़ रहा है, और यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा वर्षा भी हो रही है, और रेन बैंड भी काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, और ये ताइवान के ऊपर जो है ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पेक्ट करने वाला है। ताइवान के ऊपर जो इम्पेक्ट करने वाला है आपको मंगलवार के दिन स्थिति दिख रहा है, 215 किलोमीटर को आ रहा है, वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग टाइफून, and this name is the Kangro cyclone study. So, good morning, all of you. Thank you very much for your like and subscribe. Thank you to all.